You don't need to ruin your life to realize you've been the one holding the blade. But most people do. It doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in quietly, in the words you wish you could take back, the moods you let turn storms into wars, the dollars that vanished without a trace, the thoughts you never questioned, just believed. We all think we're in control, until the consequences show us we're not. Your mouth, your mood, your money, your mind. These are the 4 switches of your life, and if you don't learn how to master them, someone else will. This is not a motivational speech. This is a wake-up call. Because I've lived the version of you that talks too much and says too little, the one who spends to feel better, the one whose mind is a crowded room with no way out. I've lost relationships because I couldn't hold my tongue. I've burned bridges because I let my emotions drive. I've chased shiny things with empty pockets. I've believed every lie my mind whispered late at night. And I've had enough. The truth is, most people never change, not because they can't, but because no one told them where to start. This video is where you start. Not with therapy, not with a 10-step plan, not with some miracle book. With 4 quiet choices you make every single day. Control these, and you don't just change your life. You take it back. Let me show you how. To those who've been here before, welcome back. You already know, this isn't just content. It's a mirror, a reminder, a confrontation. You come here not to be entertained, but to remember who you are beneath the noise. And to those finding this for the first time, I want to say this clearly. You're not here by accident. You could have clicked on anything else, but something in you, something quiet, said, stay. So stay. Stay for the hard truths no one tells you. Stay for the parts of yourself you've silenced for years. Stay because you're tired of surviving, and you're finally ready to start living with discipline, clarity, and peace. And while you're here, if this speaks to you even a little, do one simple thing. Hit that button. Subscribe. Not for me, for you. Because the way you feed your mind matters. What you surround yourself with shapes who you become. And if you're trying to become someone who's calm in chaos, who responds instead of reacts, who owns their time, their money, their mind, then this space was made for you. It's not loud here, it's not fast, it's not trendy, but it's honest. And sometimes that's the rarest thing left. Because what we're about to walk through together might just change how you live the rest of your life. Mouth, mood, money, mind. Let's begin. Pillar number 1, mouth, the power of words. He didn't even think about it, just typed it up, quick, sharp, tired, frustrated, and hit send. 2 sentences, that's all it took. 2 sentences written in a moment of ego and irritation. And by the next morning, the deal was gone. They said it was unprofessional, said it came off aggressive, said it lacked the tone of someone they could trust. But what they didn't say was what it cost him. Months of work, a major contract, his credibility. And he knew it. The second he reread his own words, it hit him. The words you throw out carelessly don't disappear. They echo. Your mouth can be a weapon or a compass. And for most of us, it's been both. Let's be honest. We've all said things we wish we could take back. Words that felt right in the moment, until we watched them burn everything down after. A sarcastic jab you thought was funny. A cold sentence that turned love into silence. A rant typed at midnight when you were tired and angry. and someone else paid the price. But here's what they never taught you. Words are seeds. You plant them in every conversation, every post, every quiet whisper to yourself. And like seeds, they grow into trust, or into tension, into healing, or into distance. The Stoics knew this. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." But we don't. We speak without intention. We speak just to fill space. We speak to defend, impress, avoid. And every time you speak without awareness, you gamble with the world you're shaping. 3 shifts to reclaim your power. So how do you stop letting your mouth run your life? It's not about being silent. It's about being deliberate. Here are 3 shifts you can make starting today. 1. Pause before you speak. You don't need to respond right away. You're not on fire. No one's pointing a gun to your head. Take 3 seconds. Ask yourself, is this helpful? Not, is this clever? Not, will this prove I'm right? Just, is this helpful? Helpful to the situation, helpful to the relationship, helpful to the person you want to become. If the answer is no, don't say it. Silence never started a war. Ego did. 2. Replace complaints with affirmations. We live in a culture addicted to complaining. It's easier to talk about what's wrong than to take responsibility for what could be right. But every complaint is a choice, a way of looking at the world that steals your peace while you think it's making a point. So flip it. Every time you catch yourself saying, "This is a mess," try instead, "I can handle this." "I'm broke" becomes, "I'm learning how to manage money." "I can't stand this person" becomes, "This is a test of my patience." Affirmation isn't delusion, it's direction. It's you choosing the lens before life does it for you. 3. Praise the words that heal. You track your workouts, you track your money, you track your sleep. But do you ever track the good you speak? Each day, note one thing you said that brought light. A compliment that made someone stand taller. An apology that softened pride. A boundary that protected your peace. This is how you rewire your identity, one moment of truth at a time. Every word either feeds the fire or puts it out. So choose. I want you to comment one empowering phrase you're going to start using this week. Not something cheesy, something real. Something that will remind you you are in control of the energy you bring into the world. Speak with strength, speak with care, speak like it matters, because it does. And if you're still here, you're ready. Next, we go deeper. Because controlling your words is just the beginning. Let's talk about something more dangerous, your mind. Pillar number 2, mind, mastering your internal battlefield. He was ready. He knew the material, rehearsed it 100 times, stood in front of that mirror for hours, repeated the words until they felt like second nature. And yet, standing backstage, just seconds before his name was called, everything inside of him collapsed. His breathing got shallow, his thoughts scattered like birds shot from the sky. What if I forget? What if I stutter? What if I make a fool of myself? And just like that, it was over, before it even began. He didn't choke because he was unprepared. He choked because he lost the battle inside his own mind. And you've been there too. You think it's the situation that defeats you. It's not. It's your interpretation of it, the story you tell yourself in the moments that matter most. A Stoic would say, the event is external. The reaction is internal, and you own that reaction entirely. Your mind is not just where thoughts happen. It's where your entire reality is built. As a man thinketh, so is he. Which means if you don't master your mind, it will master you. It will lie to you. It will convince you you're not ready, not good enough, not loved. It will feed you doubt until you're full of fear. But the truth, you're not broken, you're just untrained. Techniques to master the mind. 1. The thought log, awareness over assumption. Every thought you think leaves a fingerprint on your day, but most of us never even notice. So here's what you do. Keep a thought log, a simple note in your phone or notebook. Every time a negative thought rises, capture it. Write it, then challenge it. I'm going to mess this up. Where's the proof? Didn't you prepare? Didn't you show up? They don't like me. Or are you just projecting your own insecurity onto silence? Your mind is not a prophet. It's a pattern machine. Train it to question, not obey. 2. The visualization reset. See before you become. You think it's woo-woo? Fine. But tell me this, how many times have you imagined the worst and then acted like it was already true? That's visualization too. You've been using it against yourself. Let's flip it. Close your eyes for 2 minutes. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now see it. Not the fear, the focus. See yourself calm, grounded, speaking with clarity. See the result you want, like it's already real. Feel the confidence in your shoulders, the steady beat in your chest, the moment after, when you know, I did it. Your body doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So give it something useful to believe in. 3. Your mental diet. You are what you consume. You don't just feed your body, you feed your mind. And most of us are mentally obese, full of fast thoughts, junk information, processed opinions. We wake up and scroll through fear, failure, gossip, distraction, and then wonder why we're anxious, scattered, bitter. It's not your life that's overwhelming you, it's your inputs. So clean your feed like you clean your fridge. Unfollow noise. Delete poison. Mute chaos. Replace it with wisdom, silence, presence. Read a single page from a Stoic. Write a single honest thought in your journal. Listen to the kind of content that slows your pulse instead of spiking it. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. You don't win the battle of the mind once. You win it every time you choose awareness over autopilot. You win it when you realize your thoughts are not commands, they're suggestions. You don't have to believe all of them. You don't have to live inside your old scripts. You are allowed to rewrite your mind, one breath, one thought, one moment at a time. Pillar number 3, mood. Emotional lenses you wear. It started small. He overslept, missed the alarm by 15 minutes, spilled coffee on his only clean shirt, got stuck behind traffic, then someone cut him off. By the time he reached work, he was already bitter, dismissive, short with his co-workers, unfocused, anxious, ready to snap. Nothing huge had happened, no crisis, no tragedy, just a handful of minor inconveniences, but in his mind the day was already ruined, and that belief became true, not because it had to, but because he let it. We talk about bad days like they're delivered to us, But more often than not, what we call a bad day is just a bad 10 minutes that we replayed over and over. The Stoics taught this long ago. It's not what happens that disturbs you, it's your judgment of it. A delay is just a delay until you label it disaster. A criticism is just a sentence until you attach shame to it. A spilled coffee is just a stain until you decide that stain defines your entire morning. Feelings are not facts, but when you don't question them, they become your facts. Mood is a lens. Put on a grey one and everything looks dull. A red one, everything feels like an attack. A cracked one, nothing seems whole. And here's the part no one tells you. You choose the lens. Your mood isn't an accident, it's an interpretation. Tools to regain control of your emotional state. 1. Mood check-ins. Right now I feel, and I choose. Start simple. Name it without shame. Right now I feel anxious, or frustrated, or sad, or numb. No need to fix it. Just recognize it. Then add a choice. And I choose to pause, or to breathe, or to move gently through the next thing without letting this mood run my day. It sounds basic, but it's powerful. When you name your emotion, you shrink its control. When you choose your response, you reclaim your agency. You don't have to be joyful. You just have to stop being a puppet to every emotion that shows up uninvited. 2. Gratitude prompts. Micro thanks that reframe reality. Gratitude isn't about being naive. It's about being aware. It's about remembering what's still good, even when something feels off. Don't make it complicated. Don't write essays. Just answer one question. What tiny thing am I glad for right now? Not my whole life, just this moment. The hot water, the first breath after a panic, the way your hoodie feels against your skin, the silence before the noise. Small things, real things, grounding things. Gratitude shrinks anxiety, not because it deletes the pain, but because it reminds you this is not all there is. And I want you to do that right now. Don't scroll past. Don't say later. Write it, one sentence, in the comments. Speak it into the world. You'll feel the shift. 3. Mindfulness or breath break. Control the body to calm the mind. You can't think your way out of every mood. Sometimes, you have to breathe your way out. Right now, wherever you are, pause. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Take one slow breath in through your nose, hold for 3 seconds, and let it go. Again, in, hold, and release. You don't need an app. You don't need a mat. You just need presence. Your breath is your anchor. Use it. You're allowed to feel what you feel. But feelings aren't final. They're clouds, not the sky. Don't build your life on weather that changes every hour. You are not your temper. You are not your panic. You are not the storm. You are the one watching it pass. Mood is a lens. And once you learn to choose the right one, the world begins to look different. Next, we're going to talk about something no one escapes, something that defines not just how you live, but how long you stay free. Money. Pillar number 4, money. Make money serve you. He made more than most of his friends. He had the job, the title, the apartment, the salary that looked good on paper. But every 28 days, the same feeling came back. Panic. The kind of quiet dread that settles in your chest when you check your balance. And and it doesn't match your lifestyle. He didn't live in poverty, but he lived in chains. Chains of impulse, of comparison, of temporary highs disguised as treating yourself. He had income, but no freedom. Wealth is not a number. Wealth is not how much you earn, it's how much you control. Because if you make 10K a month, but owe it all to habits, subscriptions, and distractions you don't even remember saying yes to, you're not rich. You're a prisoner in a gilded cage. The Stoics believed money was a tool, not a god. Seneca wrote, "Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool." So let's talk about how to become wise. 1. Track all spending for 1 week. No excuses, no judgments. This is where it begins. Not with a big financial overhaul, not with a guru or a spreadsheet. With a list. 7 days, every single dollar. Write it down, log it. Coffee, parking, tips, that thing you didn't need from the midnight scroll, everything. Because what you don't track, you can't change. You think you know where your money goes, you don't. Most people bleed financially in tiny, quiet drips. A few dollars here, a delivery fee there, a subscription that never gets cancelled. You don't need to feel ashamed, you need to feel aware. Let the numbers tell the truth, and then respond to it with intention. 2. Budget challenge. The 50-30-20 rule. Now that you see the truth, give your money a job. This simple rule has saved lives, marriages, and minds. 50% of your take-home pay, essentials, rent, food, utilities. 30% wants, enjoyments, the things that make life fuller, not emptier. 20% savings, future, emergency fund, investments, peace of mind. You don't need to get it perfect. You just need a structure that respects yourself. Because how you manage money reflects how you manage your values. Do you value security or status? Do you value growth or gratification? Your bank statement is your belief system, printed in numbers. 3. Mindful spending. Delay the non-essentials. Here's a secret: most of what you buy you don't need. You just didn't give yourself time to remember that. Try this. Before you buy anything non-essential, wait 48 hours. Just 2 days. Save the link, walk away, breathe, come back after the craving fades. 9 times out of 10, you won't want it anymore. This isn't about deprivation, it's about deliberation. Give your future self a voice in your current decisions. You owe them that much. Most people think financial freedom is a number, a goalpost, a destination. But financial freedom is a relationship, one you build with discipline, honesty, and patience. You don't need to be wealthy to feel secure. You need to be aligned. Aligned with your values. Aligned with your needs. Aligned with your vision of a life that's not just tolerable, but intentional. Track your money like you track your energy. Spend it like it matters, because it does. And if you've ever said, "I'm just bad with money," stop. You weren't born with that belief, you were taught it, and you can unlearn it. 4 pillars, 4 controls. Your mouth, your mind, your mood, your money. Master these and the world won't need to change. You will. Now that you've seen what's possible, it's time to go further. Because knowledge fades, habits remain. This isn't about memorizing quotes or posting motivational captions. It's about building tools you return to when your emotions are loud, when your thoughts are lying, when your money's leaking, when your words are sharp. So, let me hand you the tools that helped me and helped hundreds of others. Mouth, the SPEAK acronym, 5 small letters, 1 massive shift. Before you say anything, speak. S, stop. Interrupt the urge. Don't respond on instinct. P, pause. Create space. Just 3 seconds. E, empathize. What's the other person feeling? What aren't they saying? A, affirm. What can I say that adds value, not just noise? K, know worth. Are these words worthy of the person I'm trying to become? Tape this to your wall. Keep it in your notes. Use it when you're angry, scared, misunderstood, defensive. Every sentence you speak carries weight. Choose what it builds. Mind, the thought record template. Here's where the war is fought and where peace is won. The thought record is a simple sheet I use every day, and it's yours now. Situation. What just happened? Emotion. What am I feeling? Label it 110 intensity. Automatic thought. What did my brain instantly say? Evidence for, against. What supports this thought? What challenges it? New thought. What's a more accurate, helpful alternative? Print it. Keep it by your bed. Use it instead of letting fear write your next chapter. This is how you stop living in unconscious reaction and step into conscious response. This is how you learn to think on purpose. Mood, master the emotional weather. Your mood doesn't ask permission. It just shows up. Uninvited, unannounced. It can take over your morning with a memory, hijack your afternoon with a glance, poison your evening with a single sentence. But here's the truth that most people never learn. You can feel an emotion without becoming it. You can let the storm pass without building a house under it. So what do? You check in with yourself. 1. Mood check-in prompt. Do this once in the morning, once in the evening, or every time you feel off-center. Write or whisper. Right now, I feel. Name the emotion. And I choose to. Decide how you'll respond. It's not about faking joy. It's about reclaiming choice. You are not your frustration. You are not your apathy. You are not your low mood. You are the one who notices it, names it, and responds with intention. 2. Micro-gratitude prompt. Gratitude doesn't need to be profound. It just needs to be honest. Pick one thing: a breath, a breeze, a second chance, a cup of something warm, a laugh that snuck up on you. Write it in your notes. Say it under your breath. Gratitude shrinks chaos, not because it erases pain, but because it reminds you, pain is not the whole picture. 3. The 60-second breath reset. You don't need a guru or an app to calm your nervous system. You just need a minute. 1. Try this now. Sit back. Unclench your jaw. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat that 4 times. Feel the shift? That's your body remembering safety. That's your power returning to your pocket. Mood is not an enemy. It's a message. You don't silence it. You listen to it. And then you decide who drives the day. Because the version of you who controls their emotional weather is the version of you who doesn't need perfect conditions to thrive. Money, the 2-tab freedom sheet. No jargon, no formulas, just clarity. Tab 1, 50-30-20 budget. You plug in your take-home income and it builds the plan for you. Tab 2, the savings tracker. Each time you resist an impulse buy, move that amount into this sheet. Watch what happens when you visually reward your discipline. Saving doesn't feel like sacrifice when you see your progress. Let me speak to the questions I know are rising in you right now. What if I fail? You will. Everyone does. This isn't about perfection. It's about the next decision, always the next one. What if I don't have time? You have time to scroll. You have time to worry. You have time to regret. So yes, you have time for this. Just 5 minutes a day. Consistency over intensity. What if I'm too far gone? If you're still watching this, you're not gone. You're awake. And that's more than most. Where do I begin? Pick one pillar. Anyone. Spend 7 days focused only on that. Just 1 week of honoring that part of yourself. And then add the next. There's no trophy for suffering longer. Start now. With your next breath, with your next word, with your next dollar. Control your mouth, your mind, your mood, your money. And you won't just change your behavior. You'll change your identity. You'll remember who you've been all along, buried beneath noise, doubt, distraction, and speed. Someone still worth building. This isn't the end. It's the threshold. You've walked through fire for the past 30 minutes, faced the parts of yourself you usually outrun. You've seen where your words have hurt, where your thoughts have lied, where your moods have misled, where your money has escaped without meaning. But now you've also seen something else, a vision of the person you could become when you take back the controls. Imagine yourself just 30 days from now. You speak with clarity, no more regret, no more self-betrayal. You think with purpose, each thought chosen, not just received. You feel with calm, not because life got easier, but because you got anchored. You spend with intention, every dollar moving in alignment with your values. You are no longer reacting. You are responding. No longer drifting. You are directing. No longer lost. You are awake. If something in this video moved you, even a little, then I ask just one thing. Don't let it end here. Because awareness without action is another form of comfort. And you weren't made for comfort. You were made for clarity. Here's what to do next. Subscribe, not for a number, for a signal, to your future self, to this path. Comment, just 2 words. I'm in. That's it. No explanations, no conditions, just commitment. Share this video with one person, a friend, a partner, a sibling, someone you want to grow with, someone who's ready to stop pretending they're okay. This movement isn't built on viral hits. It's built on people waking up, one by one. If you're still here, that's no accident. It means you're ready. So go, begin. And 30 days from now, you won't just speak differently. You won't just think or feel or spend differently. You'll become someone who owns themselves. Mouth, mind, mood, money. Control the invisible. And you master the world.